Welcome. This presentation will provide information for municipalities exploring transitioning from certain elected to appointed finance roles. In doing so, we will answer four main questions. First, why would a municipality transition some positions from being elected to being appointed? Second, what positions typically convert from being elected to being appointed? Third, when should a municipality start thinking about a move from being elected to being appointed? And fourth, how does a municipality make this change? If a municipality is interested in making such changes, the Division of Local Services suggests that policymakers, such as the Select Board, be elected, while operational positions that require a certain skill set be appointed. There are two primary reasons for this. First, it is often difficult for communities to find a resident who is both qualified to serve and willing to run for election. Being able to appoint an individual to the position greatly expands the number of qualified candidates. By requiring a thorough background check and an extensive interview process, a municipality is in a better position to attract a person with the strongest credentials and professional experience. Second, adopting a hierarchical reporting structure with municipal finance officers and department heads reporting to a chief executive offers key advantages. A clearly defined chain of command often results in more efficient communication and improved collaboration between departments. All members of the team can be held to the same accountability standards, with individual performance being evaluated using a single performance review process. In addition, the annual determination of goals and expectations between the chief executive and the management team provides clarity and a sense of purpose, both of which benefit the community as a whole. Due to the nature of the jobs, DLS identifies three positions to convert from elected to appointed: treasurer, collector, and depending on specific roles and responsibilities, the assessor. These positions require technical expertise that makes for a significant learning curve. For instance, the treasurer receives, takes charge of, and accounts for all monies belonging to the city or town. They must manage cash flow to ensure adequate funds are available to cover current obligations. They must also understand borrowing and the issuance of long-term or short-term debt and the investment of municipal funds. Treasurers are often responsible for personnel administration, which involves payroll, unemployment, workers' compensation, retirement and insurance programs, union contracts, and civil service regulations. Treasurers are also responsible for the preparation of various reports, including monthly reconciliation reports. Treasurers must be able to furnish a fidelity bond to cover the municipality from any loss. The collector is another position DLS recommends to convert to an appointed position. A collector possesses the authority to collect real estate and personal property taxes, as well as excise taxes, betterments, and certain other fees and charges. They verify that commitments are received and accurately uploaded, and that all bills are accurate and mailed timely. They must establish procedures for the daily collection, posting, and deposit of money. Collectors must also establish procedures for sending tax demands, initiating tax takings, and reporting accurate receivables. Like a treasurer, a collector must be able to furnish a fidelity bond to cover the municipality from any loss. The assessor is also a role DLS identifies to convert to an appointed position. Among this position's responsibilities are classifying property correctly, determining property valuations, and granting abatements and exemptions to taxpayers who apply for them. Generally speaking, any move toward converting from elected to appointed positions should take place at a convenient point in the future, such as a retirement or upcoming vacancy. While no departures may be imminent, a succession plan should be developed for filling future vacancies in order to provide for a smooth and thoughtful transition. Developing a plan also presents an opportunity for local officials to rethink individual roles and office functions with an eye toward creating greater efficiencies. Any plan should be simple and relatively straightforward to implement. When local officials become aware of the impending vacancy of a current or future appointed position, they should establish a target date for when the position will be filled. Local officials can plan to identify critical action steps to be taken by working backwards from the target date, allowing time to gather information about core functions and legal responsibilities of the office and/or position. These critical action steps include developing a job description, classifying and grading the position, defining hours of operation and benefits, and completing a salary survey to determine whether the town is sufficiently competitive to attract qualified candidates. As part of this effort, local officials should also explore the possibility of consolidating or merging positions, which DLS recommends for the treasurer and collector positions, regionalizing the service or position, or fulfilling the position via an outside contract. DLS also recommends that communities weigh establishing a municipal finance department. There are two specific methods to change an elected position to an appointed position. The first routes are options granted through existing general legislation. For instance, Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 41, Section 1B, sets the parameters for converting certain offices from being elected to being appointed and allows for the combination of the treasurer and collector positions. Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 41, Section 25, authorizes select boards to appoint assessors. Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 41, Section 21, authorizes select boards to act as or appoint other town officers. Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 43C, permits certain cities and towns to establish a municipal finance department. Alternatively, proposed legislation can be filed with the General Court. A special act, if approved, can enable cities and towns to revise their charters and reorganize their governments. In most instances, the legislation will be subject to ratification by the community's voters prior to taking effect. Local officials should consult their local council and DLS's Bureau of Municipal Finance Law for further guidance and information. For more information on this or other best practices, please visit mass.gov/DLS or contact the Technical Assistance Bureau at tacontact@dor.state.ma.us or at 617-626-2358. For additional legal guidance on the topics referenced in this presentation, local officials can contact the Bureau of Municipal Finance Law at dlslaw@dor.state.ma.us or at 617-626-2400.